Jessica McCaskill against Chantelle Cameron for Undisputed. It's interesting because for this fight, there's a special interest because BWTM Sports followed both of these girls' careers. Chantelle Cameron, before she turned pro, and then Jessica McCaskill, we followed her just after the Katie Taylor fight. And just after that fight, I believe that Jessica McCaskill would go on to do great things. She did. She became a world champion. She became undisputed champion. And now she's fighting again to become a double undisputed champion. And the only girl that has come better than her is the greatest woman of all time. It's Claressa Shields. So let's talk about Cameron versus McCaskill here on BWTN Sports. Let's get into it. So here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. Cameron versus McCaskill, or McCaskill versus Cameron, however way you want to view it, however way you want to see it. This is not going to be a long video because the fights are going on at the moment, and I've just been caught up doing a whole heap of things. But I've seen both girls grow. I've seen Chantelle Cameron. We used to follow her in amateur bouts, an amateur career, and her turn pro. Unfortunately, we weren't able to follow her for a professional career in the way we'd like to have done. And then we've had Jessica McCaskill. We followed her pro career, and I've seen her become a world champion. And under Rick Ramos has gone on to be a phenomenal fighter. Has also beat Cecilia Brækhus as well. Now, for me, it's like this. This fight is very similar in my mind to when Marshall for Claressa Shields. It's a similar sort of setup. You see, Claressa, Cameron, and Marshall were not as active. They're not active fighters, or as active as they could have been, or they should have been. And active meaning not just fighting girls that they could walk over, but fighting girls that are going to give them resistance, and girls are not meant to beat, or girls that they are not on paper expected to beat. And Marshall and Cameron have been at that level. They fought girls that they're expected to beat, and they've beaten them, huh? And that's not disrespectful. That's just the way I've seen it. Jessica McCaskill has gone into fights where people said, nah, she can't win that fight. She shouldn't be beating Katie Taylor. She went and fought a girl that moved up a weight division and fought the best girl in the division, and became champion. Okay, she went about Cecilia Brækhus in a fight that everyone thought Cecilia Brækhus was going to beat her. And as far as I'm concerned, I believe that she was going to beat Cecilia Brækhus. And I thought in the rematch she'd beat even more convincingly. You look at the two girls in terms of comparison of quality and the sort of quality they fought, it's chalk and cheese. So, and I know that this fight was meant to be signed and made a long time ago, and they kept trying to contact Chantelle Cameron. As far as I was concerned with Rick Ramos and McCaskill, they were chasing her for the fight. They wanted Cameron. McCaskill's wanted Cameron for a long time. Look back and look at my old interviews with Cameron and McCaskill, and they've always good evening. Hope you're well. Go back and look at my interviews with Rick Ramos and McCaskill. Those late night interviews, and they were always calling out Chantelle Cameron, and Chantelle Cameron was ignoring them and not paying attention to them. But now they've got her inside the ring. So all that time back then that Cameron didn't want to fight, and now they're saying, oh, it's a bigger fight now. And now Cameron is in the face. She likes a fight, don't get me wrong, and she's a good fighter. But this is leagues above where anywhere she's fought before. So if she's to pull it off tonight, she's going to have to go and fight. She's going to have to fight out of her skin for this fight. Yeah? She's going to have to fight out of her skin. Rick Ramos and McCaskill are meticulous in their training. Meticulous. And congratulations to them as a couple now. They are a power couple. And they've been a power couple, even though they haven't been couple. Now they're a couple. It seemed great. So I'm really happy for both of them on a personal level. And I'm happy for them on a professional level. And I hope they do go out there tonight and McCaskill goes on to become a double undisputed champion because she deserves it, as far as I'm concerned. Thoughts? Notice the people said Breakers would starch McCaskill. She won and beat Breakers, became old. The rematch Breakers was supposed to rejuvenate and show her class. Got beat again. Oh, Breakers is done. That's my point. That's my point. And that's it's those people in boxing always trying to change the goalposts. So for me, I expect McCaskill to go out there unless she gets caught with something crazy and totally underestimates Cameron. I expect her to back up Cameron. I expect her to outwork Cameron. I expect her to be too fast. I expect her to be have too many punches, too many ideas, too much experience. And I expect from Cameron to be lacking a little bit of experience at the highest level, as far as I'm concerned. Shanda Cameron to win when McCaskill comes in low, has to stand up with her jab, tie her up and reset. I don't believe that's going to work in this fight. I really don't. I don't believe it, because I don't believe that. Show me a fight where Cameron has fought a girl like McCaskill. McCaskill's fought many girls like Chantelle. You think the Breakers is a better boxer, far better boxer than Chantelle Cameron. Far better boxer. Far better boxer. So, Katie Taylor boxer than Chantelle Cameron. So, it's the class I'm talking about. I just don't see Cameron winning the fight tonight. I believe that McCaskill will win this fight. I think she can overwhelm McCaskill. I'm sorry, overwhelm Cameron. And we'll see. We'll see. But I just think that fights at the highest level that Cameron hasn't had is what's going to hurt her tonight. Just like with Marshall fighting Shields, similar sort of fight where Shields has fought at the top level and fought the best girls around, whereas Cameron's been hovering at, B-level fighting girls, and getting lots of credit for it. I think this is going to tell tonight in this fight. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong here. But, and I'm first to put my hands up about it, but I'm going to go with the girl who's fought in a better class, who's got the better pedigree as far as I'm concerned in terms of what she's done coming into the ring. And, Cameron's won a world title fight and unified champion, but it's who you fought to do that. And Cameron has to, it's illegal, hold McCaskill at the neck and push her down and tie her up. That's the only way Ali had success against Joe Frazier in rematch and third fight, McCaskill Frazier style. Yeah, I get it. But McCaskill mix it up. But I just don't see, I want to see what happens when McCaskill lands hard on Cameron. That's what I want to know. And starts to back her up. That's what I want to see tonight. As I just think she's going to swarm and be too much for her. But we'll see. We will see. But this is nothing. Cameron hasn't boxed at this level like this with so much on the line, as far as I'm concerned. I believe McCaskill wins tonight and has the potential to stop the Cameron having come down from a higher weight. I believe so too. I believe so. She should be fighting bigger girls as well. So I really don't see Cameron could cause the upset tonight. She could. But I don't see. I just see McCaskill going out there and doing a number on Cameron tonight. I really do. And it'd be nice to see another undisputed champion. A double undisputed champion in McCaskill. I really would like to see it tonight. I would like to see McCaskill do a good job tonight. I really would. Good luck to Cameron tonight. But because I know the history of the two girls, or the history of what I've been told of the two girls, I believe McCaskill wants Cameron more than Cameron wants McCaskill. That's why I see it. And I think Cameron's fighting this fight because she has to fight this fight, whereas McCaskill's fighting this fight because she wants to fight this fight. And there's a difference. And I think that's going to show in this fight. I don't think Cameron has the educated enough feet to box and move like Taylor, and she would need a piston-like jab. We'll see tonight. But believe me, I am looking forward to this fight so much. You have no idea how much I'm looking forward to this fight tonight. So let's go, Team McCaskill. Let's go, Team Rick Ramos. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm not a patriotic person here. I just go with who I feel, knowing the both girls, and what the both girls have achieved. And then I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not a big fan of this propping people up without them doing what they should have achieved. Do you know what I mean? They're propping Marshall up to be this, that, and the devil knows what, but not giving Shields the credit that she deserved. You know, I'm not saying she was the greatest woman of all time, but she's got to prove it against Marshall. But who had Marshall fought and who had Marshall beat to be getting that sort of kudos when it was Shields that was going around the world or fighting the people that were necessary to become undisputed? Do you understand what I'm saying here? And it's a similar thing with Cameron now. Yeah, she's got to beat Chantelle Cameron tonight. But no, Chantelle Cameron's got to beat McCaskill tonight because McCaskill's the girl who's got the resume, the pedigree, and the belts. So that's where I kind of look at it. You know, this is such a good fight. The whole card's pretty decent. Yep, I guess so. So let me not bore you anymore. So I'm going McCaskill to overwhelm and possibly stop Cameron. I understand, Ingram. I'm an Arab, but we've been getting our heads kicked out tonight on tonight's card. I have to be honest. Oh, wow. Didn't know that, but now I know. So sorry to hear that. Yeah, it just might be the case that the guys at the moment might not be as good in the Middle East than the guys in Europe. But I think that could change because there's more boxing out than in the Middle East now. That what will happen is there'll be a change in the tide because they'll say there's a lot of boxing coming here and our guys are not doing as good as they should be doing. Say we need to send them out to America or bring them to the UK or import some real quality trainers in the Middle East. And then if they did that, then there would be the margins of error would be less and then you'd have better quality fighters. Do you understand? So I think it's just time with that. So it's just time with that. It's just time with that. So, right. I think that's it. As with everything in sport, you know, the time where Sri Lanka weren't doing very well in cricket, then they became top dogs in cricket. New Zealand weren't doing good in cricket, then they became top dogs in cricket, you know. So it's just time. It's time and development in sport. We have a lot of faith in Ahmed El Bilal, but then Jean McCall banished him to the shadow realm. Yeah, I know, but in time, you learn from it. And if you invest, there's money there. There's money in the Middle East. So if they invest in me as a trainer, I'll come to the Middle East now. Let me keep my mouth shut before I get myself in trouble. No, but if they invest in a good trainer, go out to the Middle East, spot some good fighters that are hungry and want to fight, that really want to fight and have got that hunger in them, you know, get them out, ship them out to America, ship them out to the UK, get them away from their comfort zones, and then get them, like how they do with Lennox Lewis and them guys, get them out and start getting a bunch of guys early on into the Olympic program and get them guys fighting in the Olympics, the World Championships, you know, and strengthen their amateur program. To get a world-class amateur program, then you're going to produce world-class athletes. That might be 5 or 10 years from now, but if they do it, the success will come for sure, for absolute sure. All right, let me get out of here. Good luck tonight for Chantelle Cameron, and all the best for Jessica McCaskill. 2-time, baby. It was so nice you had to do it twice. Let's do it. Let's get out of here. Thank you as always for watching BWTM Sports. Thanks as always. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, share the video. I'm out. Take care.